Okay. I thought disappointing on offense. You know, we've hung the defense out to dry a couple times now in the first half, 3 games in a row. And, you know, to hold them to 14 points at halftime, 7 of them coming off a turnover in a short field, they really gave us. And then the second half, starting with another turnover, giving them a short field, points. That's my job. I call the plays on offense. I put this thing together. I got to be better for this football team because it just hasn't been good enough. And I put that on myself, and we got to get it fixed. I'm confident that we're going to get it fixed. It's disappointing and frustrating, again, that we've scored 3 points 3 weeks in a row in the first half. That you're not going to win. You're not going to win against these teams we've been playing against when you do that. So that's my responsibility to get that fixed and find a way to score some more points. And I promise you, we no stone unturned in getting that done.
What did you think of Jake's performance today?
It's, again, put this on me. I got to do a better job getting us into a rhythm, getting us away where we can sustain some drives, put points on the board. There's some plays he's going to want to have back. I'm glad he hung in there. He made some plays for us down the stretch, 3 straight touchdown drives at the end of the game. I'm sure a lot of people wanted him on the bench at that point. I could hear it. And he stuck with him, and he comes back and has 3 straight drives for touchdowns. And that's the Jake Browning I know. He's resilient. He'll stare adversity in the face. You can count on him to keep bouncing back. Obviously, we got to protect the ball better to be able to beat a team of that caliber. So we're not going to run from that. But to sit here and say I'm not proud of our football team for the way that they fought back, that wouldn't be true. I'm extremely proud of these guys, the way that they continue to fight, and in the face of adversity when it looks like it's real dim. And all of a sudden there's some hope there that we can get this thing done. And that's what this team's made of. And 5 games in, that's what I'm counting on to get us through this, the last 12 games, where we can go win some games. I'm not oblivious to what goes on in the AFC and their division. There's going to be plenty of opportunity there if we can just get through this storm and stick together and find a way to put some better possessions on offense together and score some points. And I'm absolutely confident that we will get this thing turned around, and fans will want to be in the stands, because I get it right now. They're going to want to be in the stands, and I look forward to sold-out crowds again, back to what we're used to. And I promise you, it's with every breath I got, we're going to continue to work to get back to that.
You said to put it on you. What can you
I call the plays. I got to get us into better rhythm. I got to keep us out of danger. There's some things I got to do a better job establishing, and just when the offense doesn't score points, that falls. When the head coach is the play caller, that's where it ends right there.
Did you leave Jake in the game because you know you're going to need him going forward? Is that part of it?
Yeah, I believed in him. I saw the turnovers that were happening. We got to be better. We can't excuse them. But what we saw with those 3 straight touchdown drives, you know, to find a way to win, I knew that he gave us our best chance there.
So do you still believe in Jake going forward as your starter?
I do. I of course, after a game like that, we're going to look at all personnel to make sure we're doing the right thing. So I won't shy away from that, because it's a very fair question after the amount of turnovers we have. But to say that I don't think Jake can win games for us, I believe Jake can win games for us. I do. And we'll just continue to look at everything we can personnel-wise.
Do you feel like you need to build Jake's confidence back up?
Yeah, I think anytime you go through some adversity, there's always a little bit of self-doubt. But when you put in the work, which he's put in the work, then you know what to do, and you know how to get back to it. And it's a good defense. It's an offense that puts a lot of pressure on you. Our guys gave us a chance to get back in that thing. We just came up short at the end. I wish we'd done a better job in the first half of, again, getting points on the board, and we hold them to 14 on a short field. So, again, there's a lot of things I got to do better.
Do you feel like there's anything you can take away from that fourth quarter that Jake can take away, I should say, from the fourth quarter, you know, where you guys found something on offense, you guys were able to score after the last 11 quarters, but you only had 1 touchdown before?
Yeah. I mean, I've had a lot of games like that here where it looks bleak and our guys find a way to respond. I would say Jacksonville falls in that category. I thought we were going to win the game. When we were kicking the onside kick that they recovered there at the end, it just felt like one of those deals where we were going to find a way to go win the game. And that's just, I guess that's just, I believe from the guys in the locker room that I've seen this happen with us before, and that we're going to figure it out, and someone's going to step up and make a play, and we're going to go win the game. And that's how I felt until the very end there in the last 2 minutes. To stick together. I mean, I don't like giving a message 3 weeks in a row where I appreciate the heart and we're sticking together. I don't like that. That's not what the NFL is about. The NFL is about winning games and moving on to the next one and creating some momentum for yourself. We're allowed to create momentum at different parts of the season. It hasn't been these last 3 weeks. We're allowed to start now, and I do believe in these guys. I mean, that's what I just told them. I believe it. If I'm betting on this team to find a way at 2-3, 5 games in, to find a way to be in contention for everything that we wanted to do. There's a lot of football left, and I believe we're going to get it done.
Zach, why does the offense, why does it look so different in the fourth compared to the first 2 quarters?
Again, it's just turnovers certainly hurt us there. Those 2 turnovers in the first half. So you weren't a chance to get into a rhythm. The second half, we just got into a rhythm. Did a great job protecting the ball. Did a great job protecting. Got some tough yards. There's not a lot of easy runs against that group. So I thought we found some tough runs over the course of that game and just found some rhythm. And that's the Bengals. When you get in a rhythm on offense, we score points. And in the first half, look at the drive stats. I mean, there just wasn't good enough rhythm there.
You talk about leaving no stone unturned. What are the things you do the next couple days to, whether it's scheme, whether it's play calling situations, what do you explore?
Well, it's still a 7-day week. We still got the Packers to get ready of. And that's really no change from every week. We have personnel discussions. What scheme have we been relying on that maybe isn't good enough for us? So again, it's difficult to define that in this room. But again, we'll address everything we got to address.
Do you think any hope over the last 3 weeks or over the last
Yeah.
2 weeks?
Yes, I know that we went into 2 really difficult road environments, and turnovers killed us in the first game. I mean, that game's a completely different game if we don't turn the ball over 4 times in the first half. That's easy for me to say. Last week we hung in there. I did not manage the end of the first half well. Should have been exactly like this, 14-3, with our defense trying to get a stop to come out the second half to keep that a better game. And so, again, there's a lot I got to do better as the head coach to make sure that we can build on some of the things that we are doing positively. I'm going to sit here and say, and whether people want to hear it or not, our defense has given us what we need in these first half of these games. It's hard to sustain that over 4 quarters when there's turnovers and there's punts and there's no points going on the board, especially against teams like that in Denver, who can do a little bit of everything and keep you off balance and call all their fun things when their play caller sees it's 21-3. What's the worst thing that can happen if I call this play and it doesn't work? We're still up 21-3. So we put them in an incredibly difficult bind, and all they have done is bow up and try to do everything they can to keep our team in the game. And I got to do a better job as the play caller to bail them out.
You say in the first half the defense has been good. However, on the opening drive and 4 of the 5 games, the opponent has scored.
Yeah, so the first drive was tough. But beyond that, they've done a good job.
Is there anything that you can change for that opening drive to not?
No,
allow
I mean,
them?
it's something we're aware of. It's disappointing. That's not something we can run from. So if we can get a stop on the first drive, we're going to be much better off the way that they have rebounded towards the end of those halves.
With all the turnovers, is there a theme that you're noticing?
Well, I mean, it's we're throwing into some coverages where the ball can go elsewhere. That's the simplest way, trying to think through what some of them looked like. And Jake would sit here and say the same thing. It's not something we're going to hide, and so we got to take care of the football. And punting's not the worst thing in the world. I don't want to punt, but sometimes when we're going to have to punt, flip the field. You could just feel the field position was really never in our favor early in the game. I feel like we were always backed up inside the 10. And so we got to do a better job. We got to win the turnover battle. We got to dominate in penalties. We got to win field position. We got to do those 3 things to beat some of these teams we've been playing, and we haven't done any of that.
What did you see Jamar finish the game the way he did with 2?
Yeah, because these guys have heart. Like our great players, they got heart. Our everybody on our team. I mean, I look there and there's no one giving up, no one feeling like, oh, here we go, we're down. Whatever the score was when it was at its worst, 28-3, I think it was. And then you're sitting there at the end of the game. We got a shot. We recover an onside kick, and they're going to tighten up a little bit. And so, I am proud of our group for how they fight, and I'm looking forward to sitting at this podium saying I'm proud of the way we found a way to win. I'm very confident that's going to happen.
You talked earlier in the week about urgency and how you kind of welcome adversity, whatever. I know obviously no NFL team wants to lose, obviously, but do you feel like you saw some of those ingredients in that fourth quarter?
Yeah, this team has character. That is something that will carry you through an NFL season. We have talent. We have character. Our head coaches do a better job managing the first half and giving us a chance to play with the lead in the second half. It is as simple as that.